Good evening, everyone. Welcome to NPower's graduation for our Fall 2022 Cybersecurity and Cloud Computing programs. My name is Nelson Abbott, and I am the Senior Director for Advanced Program Operations here at NPower, and I'm very excited to be here and celebrate with everyone tonight. We've had over 100 students enrolled in our advanced training programs this fall course, and every single one of them took major steps to a life-changing path to success. Over the course of 5 months, they have mastered coursework and earned certifications, both of which will elevate a career in the field of technology. Tonight, we commend and celebrate these graduates from across the U.S. Their backgrounds may be different, but they all share a common goal. Take the skills they have mastered with us and use them to open doors to new career opportunities and ultimately make their mark in the tech industry. We are inspired by their optimism and resilience and look forward to following their unique journeys as they advance in the tech world. Our first speaker tonight knows all too well how important technology and leadership are to an organization's success. Bertina Ceccarelli is NPower's Chief Executive Officer, and her commitment to helping young adults and military-connected individuals launch tech careers and break social economic mobility barriers has led her to involvement in strategic alliance organizations, including a founding member of Tech Pact, a member of CEO Action, steering committee member of America's Promise Yes Project, as well as membership on Forbes Council and Concordia Communities. Please join me in welcoming NPower's Chief Executive Officer, Bertina Ceccarelli.
Nelson, thank you. And greetings, everybody from Brooklyn, New York. I am delighted to recognize the cybersecurity, cloud computing, and IT support specialist graduates of Fall 2022. And thrilled to have with us tonight the many partners, family members, and supporters of these dynamic individuals. You made it possible for our graduates to succeed in NPower's program, and you'll continue to be the support they need to thrive in their careers in the tech industry. What our graduating class has accomplished at NPower is nothing short of extraordinary. It takes tremendous commitment, drive, and resilience to learn the competencies of the demanding cyber, cloud, and IT support specialist curricula. In fact, 100% of our cybersecurity students have received certifications, and we had the highest certification rate for solutions architect in the history of NPower's cloud training program. To all of our graduates, after this achievement, you are well on your way to a bright and successful future. And I say this fully acknowledging the recent announcements of layoffs in some corners of the tech sector. Remember, the demand for cyber and cloud talent has almost doubled from last year as a large portion of the workforce continues to work remotely, amplifying the need for cloud services, cybersecurity, and tech support. But I'm optimistic optimistic because our employer partners' commitment to hiring and promoting for race and gender equity has not wavered, and these partners continue to rely on NPower as a trusted source of diverse tech talent. This is hugely important to all of us, especially with nearly 75% of our graduating class identifying as African American, Hispanic and Latinx, Asian, Native American, and Pacific Islander. In fact, over a third of tonight's graduates are veterans, and about a quarter of our graduates tonight identify as female. This impressively diverse profile of our graduating class is truly making an impact on the tech industry now and well into the future. Tonight is a celebration of you, our graduates, who are fiercely committed and talented and who chose to invest in yourselves. The journey may have had challenges, but I am confident that you have everything you need to chart a path forward and to thrive in your career. NPower will always be there for you. We've recently strengthened our resources for alumni, and we look forward to supporting you however we can throughout your career. Tonight, I would also encourage you to pay it forward by becoming a mentor to an up and coming graduate down the road who will generally and genuinely benefit from all of your wisdom, experience, and especially your encouragement. The entire NPower family is very excited about your path ahead. So, congratulations to all of the cybersecurity, cloud computing, and IT support specialist graduates of fall 2022. We are so proud of you. Nelson, back over to you.
Thanks, Bettina, for sharing those encouraging words. So, looking forward to seeing more of our trainees' futures, graduates' futures. So, next up, it is my honor to introduce tonight's keynote speaker from Juniper Networks, which is one of our newest partners supporting our advanced training programs. Drew Simonis is the Chief Information Security Officer of Juniper Networks. He brings over 2 decades of security experience in quite a few industries, including telecommunications, high tech, and financial services in companies large and small. Prior to joining Juniper, Drew served as Deputy Chief Information Security Officer at Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, where he led and guided significant technology and program maturity gains into embracing cloud-native security in support of HPE's company transformation, adoption of a threat-based approach for security operations, embracing quantitative risk management, and streamlining policy and compliance. Drew also sponsored approaches to recruitment and training that improved diversity while uplifting the core security skills of the organization. I can't think of anyone better tonight to address our dynamic group of graduates. So please welcome Drew Simonis.
Well, thank you, Nelson, and it's a tremendous honor to be here. I couldn't say more about the value that your organization is producing. It really is not only needed in the industry, but it's appreciated so much by myself and peer leaders I know I've spoken with. I can also promise the audience that I didn't use Chat GPT, which I think is an issue in the academic world these days. So these remarks are my own, and I hope that they're heartfelt, and I really want them to be meaningful to you. I thought a lot about this, and I thought about my own experience in my career and where I came from. And I think the first thing I'd say is take the time to celebrate what you've done. You have all put a tremendous amount of effort into achieving what you're celebrating tonight. I can only understand from a distance the amount of effort, the late nights, the time spent away from your family and leisure activities that you had to do, the commitment you had to make to get where you are. And you have to remember that often when you're looking ahead and thinking about what the future may hold, it's very easy to forget to look back and see how far you've come from where you began. And I really want to encourage everyone to take that moment to celebrate that. I also want to touch on the industry that we are joining, and which is eager to have you join it. Bertina made comments about the instability in the industry, and there is a little economic uncertainty as you join this industry. You'll hear about layoffs, you'll hear about bad news. These are the things that get the press and make people pay attention. But there's a tremendous amount of opportunity out there in the world, and you shouldn't be afraid to pursue that opportunity. The importance of technology to the business world today can't be understated. The digital transformation, the imperative of adopting new ways of doing business, and the ability of those new ways of doing business to transform businesses, transform their products, transform the experience that their customers have, is really quite tremendous. And you all have an opportunity to be a part of that in many ways on the ground floor. I heard a board member of a major U.S. airline not too long ago talking about their company, and the remark that he made that struck with me was, "We are an IT company, a technology company. We just happen to fly airplanes." And I think many companies are beginning to recognize that for them to be successful at delivering a product to their customers or delivering an experience to their customers relies so much on technology. And that technology has to be secure, it has to be reliable, it has to be available. And that availability very often causes it to intersect with the cloud, which is a pervasive way of delivering technology to the customers and a way of giving that experience the ability to create a global footprint very simply and very easily. So, the course of study that you have pursued is so relevant. Uh, Beyond that, the marketplace needs diverse perspectives. And when I think of diversity, it isn't just about who we are, it's about what we bring to the table and the perspectives that our backgrounds, as unique as they are, allow us to share. And so we should never be shy or afraid to share those perspectives. We should be courageous and recognize that even if we're a little uncomfortable, we have to embrace that discomfort and we have to be willing to share what we have learned and what we have experienced and the perspectives that that experience gives to our learning. Your ideas are tremendously valuable and will remain so. It's not just what you've learned over the last few months, it's who you are and what you're going to continue to learn over the course of your career. How you interpret the world around you is unique, and that uniqueness is tremendously valuable. So rest assured, the marketplace, although it's a little bit uncertain today, it needs you. More than that, it wants you, and the skills and the identities that you bring to that world are tremendously valued. So you're entering a world of uncertainty, as I said, but opportunity. And you have to be able to embrace that. And I think if you do that, then, well, the world is your oyster, as they say. I have no idea what that means to have your world as an oyster, but I think it means good things for all of you. When you're approaching the companies that you're looking to work for, I'd encourage you to look at three different things. Particularly, do they have an interesting problem for you to solve? Do you have the ability to use your insight, your analytical capability, your curiosity, your innovative spirit to solve things that are going to help you grow as a professional? Like, that's very important to you and will help propel your career to places that you can only imagine. Secondly, though, do they have the desire to solve those problems? Many of the companies that you'll begin talking to as you become a sort of an employment candidate versus a student will have interesting problems, but they won't want to solve them. And you have to be able to learn and look for those that do. The third thing that's very important is, do they have the ability to execute on that desire? If you can find that opportunity that intersects with those three criteria of an interesting problem, the desire to solve it, and the ability to execute on that desire, then you will be in a position to supercharge your career. And that's the kind of opportunity that is going to be robust and resilient to the economic headwinds, because companies that behave in that way and give you those kind of opportunities are going to also find ways to succeed, even in the difficult economic climate that we're in. So I'd encourage you to look for that. But I'd also offer some personal advice, if I may. Three things as well. Be bold. Take the opportunities that are presented to you. Don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever let self-doubt creep in. My first job in cybersecurity came with a very large telecommunications firm. And the job description that I read was very comprehensive. It was daunting and it was intimidating to me. I was an early career person. I had been working in tech support and I was passionate about the field, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't confident that I belonged in it. When I read the job description, I was sort of swayed that I didn't. A lot of the technical skills I didn't have and not been exposed to. When I read the bottom of the job description, though, it said you had to be fluent in Spanish and Portuguese. And I sort of got this feeling that this is maybe not so much a job description as it is a wish list. And so I threw my hat in the ring and I was able to secure that job and enter the field. I think you all need to have that kind of courage and be bold in trusting yourself. Not everybody out there who's advertising a job knows exactly what they want. And everything that they say they want isn't always what they need. And so when you look at a role, think about what you can bring that's unique, interesting, provides a different perspective, maybe a different angle. Spend the time to research the company, learn about what their problems might be, talk to people in the field, gain some insight. All these things are going to help give you a leg up. And when you're in that career, when we're talking about boldness as well, it doesn't mean just uh, pursue that sort of corner office or the executive suite. Be bold in the opportunities that you're going to take. Don't be afraid to move sideways. Don't be afraid to move backwards. Lateral moves can open new doors and new pathways that I think will also give you opportunities to grow and expand. There's not a straight line in anybody's career. And so that boldness really is about risk taking. And risk taking sometimes means doing something that other people might see as a little bit unusual. My second bit of advice would be to be innovative. Again, I've talked a lot about the value of the diversity in your ideas. That perspective will allow you to see things that, while they may seem entrenched, aren't always the best way to do things. There's a lot of inertia and momentum in corporations that you'll be joining towards doing the same thing. There'll be a lot of resistance to change that you face. It's okay, that's normal. But you shouldn't see that resistance as an obstacle. You should see it again as an opportunity. Find ways to creatively overcome the resistance to change. Find ways to improve the work that you're doing. Every day, look for something you can do to make the work you're doing more interesting, more challenging, and more rewarding to yourself. And use those perspectives to challenge the status quo. But I'd also caution you a little on that. Seek first to understand. Don't ever just jump in like a bull in a china shop and assume that the ideas you have haven't been thought through, haven't been proposed before. Uh, Take the time to learn, take the time to talk to people, understand why the decisions that have been made were made. Many people know that they're not doing things in an optimal or ideal way. Many people wish that they could do it better, but sometimes there's constraints in the skills and the expertise available, in the time it takes to redesign and redevelop processes, in the money that's available to do so. And so if you are inelegant in the way that you approach this change, you might end up creating friction rather than enabling that change. So I'd say take that energy, that excitement, that fresh perspective, but balance it with compassion and empathy towards the people who are already there. Respect goes a long way, and respect given will yield respect in return. The third thing I'd say is ask for help when you need it. Don't be afraid to lean on your colleagues from this program. Reach out to those around you who are ahead of you or even behind you in your career path, because just as your unique perspective is valuable, so are theirs. And it doesn't hurt. It doesn't ever diminish you as a professional or as a leader or as a contributor to admit that you don't understand, you don't know, that you need support, that you need to learn. In fact, I think it makes you stronger and it makes you seem as if you have more confidence than you may in fact have. And reaching out to people multiplies the perspectives. And the more perspectives we have, the better we are as professionals and the better our professions are for it. But I'd also say give as much as you get. Everyone has something to offer, even you. When you are in a position where you've never experienced anything and you think the whole world is confusing and strange, you still have something to offer. There's still something that you can share to give back to those around you. And so give as good as you get. I think that's another very important piece of information that I have for you. And I would say have fun. Your career should not only enable you to live a rewarding, balanced life, you should have the ability to do the things that you enjoy outside of work, to develop the relationships, to build a family, to have the life that you dream of. But your work should be fun too. And so look for that work that's going to give you challenges that will reward you for pursuing them and that will enable you to do so effectively and have fun while you're doing it. You're going to make a lot of friends. You're going to earn a lot of money. You're in cybersecurity. I hope you do. You'll have promotions. You're going to build great things as you go, but you can never get more time. Be intentional in all the things that you're doing. Pursue opportunities that are going to be personally and professionally rewarding, but still give you the opportunity to live the life that you want. Make mistakes, learn from them, but never waste your time. And don't ever let anyone else waste your time either. I think that's probably the most important advice that I'd have to offer.
Great. Thank you so much, Drew. That was amazing. I really enjoyed
I hope it was
particularly
helpful.
Yeah, I think it was, and I really, particularly enjoyed the points about being courageous and being bold. It's hard to do that, especially when you're just starting out and you feel like you're a novice compared to everyone else in the room. But it is important to take those risks, and then taking the time to celebrate. Right, that's something that is something that we've embraced here at NPower amongst the staff, and celebrating progress, not perfection. Not everything needs to be perfect, and even tiny little bits of progress add up over time. And when you look back, you see like, hey, I've come a lot farther than I feel like I have. So really appreciated those sentiments. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity to share them.
Excellent. All right. So as we continue our celebration, many of our students tonight came to NPower to learn new skills and the chance to turn a passion for tech into a thriving career. So tonight, to present our first class speaker is the Executive Director of NPower California, Chris Starling. Chris.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the entire NPower team and the Advanced Training Group, congratulations, graduates. You worked really hard to get here, and we're really proud of you. And thanks also to the families and the friends, the employers, mentors, board members, supporters of the program, and to the staff that works hard behind the scenes to keep our program going. Now, I'm honored to introduce to you tonight's student speaker from the Cloud Computing Program. Our cloud student speaker lives in Hayward, California. She immigrated to the United States from the Philippines when she was about 12 years old. Think back to when you were 12 years old and imagine this kind of a change while you're in middle school, adjusting to a new language, a new culture, new education system, just trying to fit in with your peer group at that age. She spent a lot of time working in the hospitality industry, and she studied physical therapy for a while, but in the background, there was this lingering interest in technology. And just over a year ago, she took the jump and enrolled in NPower Tech Fundamentals. 9 months ago, she earned both the ITF Plus and A Plus certifications. Then she was assigned to Estrella, one of the great companies we work with out here in California, and they promptly assigned her to Google. So you have somebody who came from the Philippines, worked in some interesting areas, but wasn't fulfilled, and ends up at Google. That's a pretty good run. And then she took the next step and enrolled in NPower's cloud, advanced cloud computing program, where she's earned the AWS Cloud Practitioner and Solutions Architect certifications. And those are proudly displayed on her LinkedIn profile. So please join me in welcoming our cloud computer speaker, Charnel Thomas.
Thank you so much, Chris, for the wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. My name is Charnel Thomas, and I'm proud to say that I'm an NPower graduate from the Cloud program. Before NPower, I was working a full-time job in the restaurant industry while attending school at California State University, East Bay. There, I was studying kinesiology with the plans to earn a doctorate in physical therapy. However, I believed that kinesiology was not the right fit for me. I decided to pursue my passion instead, which was in tech. I was lucky enough to stumble upon NPower through social media. I saw their amazing programs like Tech Fundamentals and Cloud. It was then I decided to trust my instincts, to apply to NPower, earn industry-recognized certifications, and establish a career in tech. As someone who is a knowledge seeker, I extremely enjoyed learning the material in both Tech Fundamentals and Cloud. I appreciated the study sessions that were held outside of class because this is where I helped teach my classmates challenging concepts and learn from them as well. With the many hours needed to attend class and to study, I found it difficult to continuously juggle my other responsibilities such as work and family. Despite that, I did not lose sight of my goals and continued closer to achieve them. Currently, I am a hardware support technician at Astrea for Google. I plan on applying to solutions architect positions here in California and eventually find a field that I would like to specialize in. I'm excited to grow and advance in my career. I want to end my speech with a quote from Confucius. He said, "Wherever you go, go with all your heart." I can definitely speak for myself and my fellow classmates that we have worked extremely hard, given much of our energy to have a near 100% pass rate for our solutions architect certifications. I can say that I'm very lucky to be a part of NPower. I would like to thank my family, Andrew, Jeanette, Alex, and everyone at NPower for all their endless support. Congratulations and good luck to the fall of 2022 Cloud cohort. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's success. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Charnel. I really appreciate your sharing that you helped your fellow students study. So you are a natural teacher, and hold on, we may need you someday. Congratulations again to all of our graduates. We couldn't be more proud of the hard work and grit that you've demonstrated as you've gone through our training program. And we wish you nothing but success as you enter the next phase in your professional journey. We know how hard it is, and we are thrilled that you stayed the course and trust the process. It is my pleasure to keep the conversation going as I introduce our next student speaker, hailing from our cybersecurity program. A speaker I'm particularly thrilled to say is from the Bronx. As the executive director of NPower in New York and NPower New Jersey, I'm a local girl and always happy to see our kindred spirits from New York City. Zion Keat is interested in compliance, and when she graduates from the program, we're sure that she will find the right job. Please welcome Zion Keat.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Helen, for those kind words. Thank you so much. Hello, graduates, family members, and staff. It is an honor to be a part of the Fall 2022 NPower Advanced Training Graduation Ceremony. My name is Zion Keat, and I am happy to call myself an NPower alumni graduate. I completed NPower's 18-week cybersecurity program along with my classmates, so congrats to us all. And through this program, I earned the CompTIA Security Plus, which is an in-demand cybersecurity certification. I also began taking Python lessons through Google's Coursera, and I can say that all lessons, furthered my cybersecurity education by teaching me different ways to reduce security risks, manage costs, and increase the efficiency of an organization's business structure. So to continue, before joining NPower, I was in the process of looking for work and figure out, that next chapter in my life. At the time, I had just graduated from Utica University with a bachelor's in cybersecurity. And for me, earning my degree was a goal of mine that I achieved. So after finishing school, I was still trying to find, the next thing that could help elevate my career, whether it was starting a new job or returning to school. And that's when I discovered NPower, and I knew my prayers had been answered. I was inspired to apply to the program because I share its values of making an impact in your community, supporting innovative thinking, and committing to the well-being of others. One of my career goals is to represent small and medium-sized businesses that are looking for affordable cybersecurity and IT solutions. For me, I come from a community of small and medium-sized business owners. So I understand the culture and the significance that SMBs have to my community's local economy, So with that being said, I am thrilled to announce that I will begin my role as Core Cybersecurity Associate at Comcast. I remember when I first saw the listing of this job back in June, and I knew I just had to apply. For me, I am so excited about this opportunity, and through this position, I will leverage my skills to become a better problem solver in this field. So to conclude this speech, I encourage those who are still unsure about their career path, but want to gain in-demand skills to participate in this program. I believe you will be amazed by how much you can accomplish and the relationships you can build. So thank you all for listening to my speech, and congrats, NPower graduates. We did it.
Hello, everybody, and my name is Jonathan Pride. I'm the Executive Director of NPower Texas, and a special thanks to Zion for those inspiring words. Zion, you knew what you wanted, And that's sometimes only half the battle. You had the courage to go out and get it. And because of that, your life is on such an amazing journey. So congrats for that. As we've been talking about tonight, getting through the NPower program takes an extraordinary commitment. Yet it is only the beginning of the road ahead in building a career in technology. Two professional aspects we strive to hone for all NPower trainees so they are fully prepared for the road ahead are leadership and a commitment to core values. These two aspects are inextricably linked to become a leader, and you have to identify and embody a set of core values that can motivate others to work with you and to create something great. And I am very happy to present our NPower Core Values Award to two very special trainees that have absolutely embodied these characteristics. Please join me in congratulating Faustino Quiroz from Texas, go Texas, and Vikar Kazi for their hard work in demonstrating leadership and commitment to core values.
Good evening, everyone. And congratulations again to Faustino and Vikar for receiving NPower's Core Value Award. My name is Demetrius Goodwin, and I'm the Executive Director here at NPower Maryland. I'm here to present another award for the trainees that have demonstrated indisputable grit and went against all odds. I have no doubt that this journey may have felt impossible at times, as if you were constantly climbing a tall mountain, and yet you shouldered on to complete it. Now, doing so meant that you had to have the grit to keep going despite whatever obstacles have come up. Now, we absolutely recognize that and could not be more proud of you. So everyone, please join me in congratulating both Olivia Johnson and Trey Patterson for their grit and going against all odds.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And congratulations to all of our recipients for our leadership and grit awards tonight. You truly are setting the stage for great tech careers in the future. And speaking of the future, here are tonight's graduates, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to acknowledge all of our cybersecurity and cloud computing graduates across the country. And as Drew said, look how far you've come. Take that time to really celebrate tonight's achievement. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight I present to you our fall class of 2022. Great. And congratulations again to all of our graduates. You did it. You made it. It wasn't easy, but you're here now. So as we come to an end with tonight's celebrations, we'd like to thank everyone who has made this graduation possible. Our speakers, Bertina, Drew, Chris, Helen, Demetrius, JP, our class speakers, Zion and Charnel, our partners like Accenture, Bank of America, Citi, Guardian Life, and many more that have shown a commitment to our programs that enable several of our graduates to step into internships and full-time roles. We'd also like to thank friends of NPower, our staff, And again, a special thanks to our keynote speaker, Drew Simonis, and most again, importantly, our graduates. Remember, NPower is always here for you. Congratulations, thank you for attending, and have a great night.